Hello there. Welcome to another episode of Electric Sheep. I guess we'll just get things going with It's Alive.
It's alive. It started on the morning of April 1st, 2021. Martha Alberts of Utah was the first recorded instance. She woke up and heard, "It's." When she opened her eyes, she was confronted by a man wearing a lab jacket floating mid-air, screaming in triumph, "It's alive." Then he disappeared. No puff of smoke, no flash of light, just instantly gone. All around the world it was happening to everyone. Young, old, rich, homeless, everyone awoke to the same thing again and again. Some were shocked every day, but most just grew to see it as normal. No one could ever claim they weren't sleeping because everyone could see the mysterious Dr. F, and to most it became a minor annoyance. To some it became a joke. People greeted each other with the words, "It's alive," or "I see you are alive." Scientists recorded millions of eyewitness accounts. Cameras placed beside sleeping volunteers captured nothing. The moment a sleeper opened their eyes, the recordings showed only an empty room, while the subjects insisted the floating doctor had been right there. Brain scans revealed no shared hallucination. No religion claimed him. No government admitted knowing anything. Yet every human being, regardless of language or culture, described the same white lab coat, the same ecstatic grin, the same impossible proclamation. But then people noticed he would also appear when life ceased, saying only, "It's," and people wondered if this was somehow the fictional Dr. F made real. Was he real? He was something. I had always found Dr. F to be annoying because I'm a surgeon, and every time my patient wakes up they have to hear this weird ghost thing scream at them. Nurses rolled their eyes, patients laughed nervously. Recovery rooms echoed with the same impossible cry every single day. But there was an instant where I had lost a patient. No heartbeat, no breathing. We called the time of death. Silence settled over the operating room. I heard Dr. F say, "It's." The room froze. Something made me ignore the clock, ignore the protocol, ignore the certainty that the fight was over. I took a breath, one more compression, one more desperate attempt. The monitor chirped. A heartbeat, eyes fluttered. Air rushed into waiting lungs. "It's alive!" screamed the strange being, and he was right. They were awake. It really was something worth celebrating, worth screaming to the universe. Since that day, I stopped seeing him as an annoyance. Every morning, billions of us receive the same impossible reminder before we even take our first breath of the day. Existence is not ordinary. Consciousness is not guaranteed. To awaken is a miracle so commonplace we forget it deserves celebration. I awake, but my eyes are not open yet. I hear "it's," and I smile as I open my eyes. It's alive.
Well, I really like the way this one turned out. I also really like the additions that ChatGPT made because it added some things. It added the idea that Dr. F couldn't be recorded on video. Uh, I thought that was an interesting thing to add. Makes it more supernatural, I suppose. I mean, it's already pretty weird, but why not add another weird element to it? But it did leave in the point that I made clear that everybody could see Doctor F, and so I wanted the. I don't know if that was made clear that when you wake up, Doctor F is there saying it's alive. You know, he's Doctor Frankenstein. Um, you see that, but so can everybody around you too. So like you couldn't like fall asleep at work and like wake up and be like, I wasn't asleep. You'd be like, no, we all heard Dr. Frankenstein. Like you like but I preferred to call him Dr. F just to minimize how many times I reference Frankenstein in my works. But I will mention it in the posts that, yeah, obviously it's supposed to be Dr. Frankenstein saying, it's alive to every person in the world just for being awake. And I wish ChatGPT would have elaborated, and what I could have elaborated on that I didn't think of until just now is what about other languages? Is he screaming in English to Chinese people, or is he screaming in Chinese? Maybe I'll just leave that in the air rather than try to answer that. it's unanswered right now. But it's everybody, so it's one or the other. Um, I really liked the "It's alive" when the person turned out to be alive. It had a lot of emotion to it, so for ChatGPT, that's pretty good. But it kind of read it differently every time "It's alive" was read out. I wish it would have always had that crazy, triumphant "It's alive." Um, the other thing that ChatGPT added was the doctor making one more attempt to save the person. In the version that I wrote, the person just happened to wake up. Like they even though they weren't being worked on anymore, they woke up. And maybe ChatGPT's version is a little more realistic because I would think the majority of the time people wake up because somebody's doing something to them, not just because. And so yeah, that was a good change, I think. And it makes the doctor seem, he's trying one more time. That's always admirable, I suppose. Yeah. I like this story, and I just kind of whipped it up today. I thought of another version of the story where Doctor Frankenstein, Doctor F, just to distinguish him from other versions of Doctor Frankenstein. This mysterious Doctor F. I was actually thinking of making him the savior of the human race. Basically, everybody had died, and so he had to resurrect all the human race with extreme super science and use time travel and all that shit to all do it at once. And so everybody's waking up on the morning, but actually they were being saved from death and they didn't realize it. But I figured it works better if it's just the celebration of every day of life. And does Dr. F have something to do with it? Maybe, maybe not. He's a very mysterious figure, but he seems very exuberant about everyone being alive. Yeah. But it probably does get irritating if you hear it that much. I wanted that to be kind of emphasized too, that I don't want to be, this is going back on myself now and how it relates to myself, is that I don't want to be like, I want to congratulate people on living every day of life, but I don't want to force people to hear that congratulations, because that could get annoying, and I don't want to be a broken record that just says the same thing over and over again. And so Dr. F is pretty annoying in that way, but and also I was actually thinking about calling it this "They Live," and so it could be a Frankenstein and a John Carpenter reference, because "It's Alive" is a little bit demeaning. Like the first thing, and it goes back to the original Frankenstein story. It's a celebration of life is so triumphant. It's alive! I can't believe it's alive, but you're calling it "it." You could say "They live." They're alive, but "It's Alive" has a great, like, you are a thing, you were a thing, you were an it, but by the end of the sentence, you are alive. And you could see some kind of a verbal transformation there. But I've talked longer than the story has gone on, so I think we better wrap this up. I'm Captain Canada, Joseph Arthur Roszell. I want to thank you for watching. I want to wish you all luck in the world. I love you, and feel free to leave any criticisms or comments. I appreciate them all. I love you. Suicide is never the answer. Peace out for now.